says,
No more Optimus
Scorpiana is
Prime!
now live.
I beg of
Streaming
you!
Star
I
Trek
thought you were
Online.
made of
Star
sterner
Trek Online.
stuff.
Artemis 1 Moon Flyby, November 21st, 2022.
Durr. Ball sack, swinging front to back. My nose wants to sneeze, but I don't want it to sneeze. I forbade it. I forbid it from sneezing. Sneezing. Mecca lecca high, mecca hiney ho. Such a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park. Whatever that shit is, I don't know. I've never had any of it. And then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day. Feed animals at the zoo. And then later, a movie too, and then home. Balls!
Shut the fuck up!
For real, yo. Fut the shuck up. The gavel comes down. This past morning, Artemis 1 went behind the moon. Lost signal because of the inability to bounce a signal around, I suppose, and continuous feed. You'd think they'd be able to do that now, you know? Like have some other station up there that's like has the signal going ding ding ding. I mean, what do they do about Voyager? You know? Do they just try as best as they can to send a message out there to it, and they keep sending it over and over until they say, "Oh, it finally got it." Because, you know, it being behind other stellar objects or, you know, things just being in its way, like an asteroid or something just randomly floating around. I mean, it's got more obstacles than just the moon. I mean, you never hear about, oh, it's behind something, we're going to have to wait about 5 hours until it moves, you know. We always keep getting telemetry data from it constantly, but yet we can't from the moon. Wait. Voyager 1 and 2. For Star Trek to happen, they're going to have to start sending some more Voyagers out.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up. Shut the shack up. Shit. Nag, 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 nag.
No more Optimus Prime! I beg of you! I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Optimus Prime.
Shut the fuck up!
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Why throw a line around after everything? That's a question you should ask yourself, matron. Rollout is not available. Sorry.
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
That's a questionos that you should ask yourself, Ianos, Megatronianos.
I'll crush you with my bare hands!
Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. And your dog. Damn dog. There's so many of those though, you'd have to figure out which one. Heavy meddling kids.
Just Call Makor says, all of them.
Find them, do it. There should be. If anybody's a super Scooby-Doo fan, there's got to be like a collection of them online somewhere. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for your meddling kids and your dog. I would have got away with it too. And I would have.
Just Call Makor says, oh right, I forgot. Chucky said that line and I was like, haha.
Trick or treat. Saw someone, it was on Facebook. It's just a post from someone I don't even think I know. It was Chucky Norris. Hi, I'm Chucky. I'm your friend to the end. Yeah, I'm Chucky. You want to play or something? Horse's ass. Milk and butter. Okay. I watched that Weird Al movie just before I got on here. Just before I got on here. It was a parody of himself. He's parodying other bio-novelty movies or some shit like that. That's pretty good. And then ad-libbing to it. So it's a parody movie. It's pretty good. It was pretty interesting.
Just Call Makor says, it wasn't a parody. It was 100% factual.
Everyone else's is a parody. That's right. Everyone else's movie is parodying his movie, but even though theirs came out first. That's why he's been spending most of his life living in an Amish paradise. You turned butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise. No lights, no phones, no motor cars, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, it's as primitive as can be. I like the fact that he actually was in the movie. You know. Weird Al was playing someone else, though, not himself. Self. It's the British way of saying
Just
self.
Call Makor says, can't believe Coolio is just going to parody Weird Al's song like that 10 years after Madonna had him assassinated.
I know. It's so rude. But don't worry, though. If you watch the very, very, very last after credits scene, you would know that Weird Al came back as a zombie. See that. Alright. Right. Oh, alright. So The Walking Dead is over? Like the last official episode happened? Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of shit. Flinging shit on my face, inky tonky toky toe. Come on, give me some more options here, peeps. No phones, no lights, no motor cars. Make sure. Oh, there's some more that popped up. Look at that. Those things just kind of come out of nowheres. I could swear that I click on those things. I don't understand. I'm confused. Well, hello there. Are there any endeavors that can be done here? Let's see, destroy Voss ships, steal any proton damage space. Okay. Everything is space. Alright. Well, that makes you know. Let's all go to Constantinople. Lasterday morning. This morning? Yes, it would be this past morning. When I got on the game, I played as the 4 people who were in Gary the Klingon's fleet and got fleet credits so that I could finally get the Colony 2 update thing going. So that's in the books, where fashion sits, putting on the Reds. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Pepula pew. Yeah. Tale of a faithful trip. It started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and true. Brave and sure, dumbass. Brave and sure. You, Martha Beverly Fokker. Pamela Beverly Fokker. Beverly Martha Fokker. Pamela Martha Fokker. Yes.
Just Call McCower says, what is funny is even though it is a parody of his life, there is a sprinkle of truth in the movie. My Bologna was really recorded in a bathroom. The Weird Al bump was a real phenomenon but wasn't popular until he parodied Nirvana. Dr. Demento really did work with Weird Al stuff like that.
My Bologna. Well, yeah, I figured that a lot of it was true. It's just some of it was exaggerated and or, ad-libbed a little bit there for the parody sake of it. He probably did it because of all these movies that had been coming out, of all the other biopics and stuff. He's like, let's just make one of me, but let's parody the other ones. My Bologna. Weird Hour. Space, the final frontier. These aren't the voyages of your typical Star Trek Enterprise.
Just Call McCower says, he also has a new running joke that he tells people a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie is just a parody of my life, but the one thing we did actually change is that I really did perform with Queen at Live Aid, which he did not.
Yeah, at the end, whenever he apparently was assassinated in 1985. Yeah, he wasn't at Live Aid. That's a good Queen concert, though, if you ever like look it up on YouTube. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your legs. Yay! I only got 6 of them. Yay! I got 14. That's good. I like that. Okay. Bleh. Bleh, 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 bleh. We need to get some more command credits. Yes. Engage number 2. Flush, little baby, don't say a word. Nickel Fritz. I'm gonna get up to 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Just Call Makora says, also I remember an interview he did where he says that a lot of musicians will say that they knew they made it when Weird Al would parody him, but he said that he knew he made it when the bass player of Queen identified him by name and told him that he really enjoyed his work.
Whoa. Cool. He really enjoyed his work. Really? Lieutenant Dan didn't think so. Still no shrimp, Lieutenant Dan. Where are we going to find them? Well, maybe you should just pray for shrimp.
Just Call Makora says, and yes, The Walking Dead is really over.
Like over? Is Fear the Walking Dead and Children of the Fear of the Walking Dead walkers still happening? Or? 5. We got 5 more of them. 5. Have you been watching it? Have you kept up with the adventures of the Walking Dead? The adventures of Briscoe County Jr. Briscoe County Jr. Briscoe.
Just Call Makora says, no I have not.
You have not. Oh, hi, Mark. I think the last season I watched was those face people, where they would have the walker faces on their head or something. When Michonne abandoned her children, and Negan took a little good liking to everybody, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, bah, 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 bah." Then I don't know what happened after that. And some like important person or something was on there or something like that. The guy that could barely be killed. And it turned out like his identity within the Walking Dead universe was some singer guy or something. I don't know. All he knows is there ain't no show. All he knows is there ain't no show. So I guess the Rick Grimes movie's never happening then. Andrew Lincoln was a man. E-I-E-I-O. And on that toilet he had a fan. E-I-E-I-O. It blew here, here, here. Here, here, here. Blew there, 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 there. Blew here, blew there, blew everywhere. Blew all over their face. Andrew Lincoln was a man. E-I-I-E-O. I always had this idea that Rick
Just
wasn't
Call McCower
actually
says,
infected.
The Walking Dead main show is over, but they are expanding the universe with spin-offs, so it is not over. The Rick movies are turning into another show.
Oh, that probably won't have Rick Grimes in it. So what about Fear the Walking Dead? Is it still a thing? Previously on Fear the Walking Dead with Morgan. I don't understand.
Just Call
Morgan.
McCower says, Rick was in the finale.
Thank you. Not like I was going to watch it anyway. Maybe one day, who knows? What about that children's show they had where the kids were like trying to go to find a person or something? Is that still a thing? I don't remember. I think it was the first season of that, and I was like, okay, well, it's just a junk. At this point, it's so damn easy for everybody to kill a walker in this show. Why even have them in there? You know? Everyone always finds out, oh, hit him in the head or whatever. You know, okay. Or they become like professionals where the fear factor's kind of gone. And they're just like a survival thing, but then there's all like, good versus bad people, whatever bullshit. Don't stop believing over there. Rick Grimes, bitch. Was Michonne in the last episode? Did she finally get through with Wakanda? Whatever her name in real life is that I cannot remember. Horse's ass and pickled dick horse. Ooh. Upgrades available. Let's see if this is going to change something. Hold on. Take a picture of that right quick. Not real quick. Right quick. It's a southern thing. Okay, wrong one. Updates available. Leveling up to number 6. Rick was probably in the finale like about 2 seconds at the very end. It's okay, everyone's gonna be alright. Then it ends. Yeah, it got rid of that, didn't it? Talking that way. I don't know why. It's to say I said it anyway. Ric Flair. Dick hair. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take Murray. Drake Murray Aaron. Spam. Chicago. They'll probably have like some sort of Walking Dead parody with what's his name? Dude that looks like guy from Terminator. What the fuck is his name? Daryl. Yeah. Fear the Walking Daryl. Man, hadn't they run out of gas already? They did that huge time jump and everything. I would start using horses and carriages, or horses and fucking trailers and shit, or whatever it is, carriages, to move people around and all that bullshit, because they didn't have any gas. But Daryl was able to still use his motorcycle. Daryl's motorcycle coming to theaters this fall on television. Daryl. Man, did they even have any closure to Maggie?
Just Call McCower says, Daryl hasn't had a motorcycle for 92 seasons.
Bull butter. What about the dog? Didn't he have a dog?
Just Call McCower says, yes, dog.
Yes, the head dog. It's a little squirrel dog. Happy birthday, you. Happy birthday, you. And what's her name? Carol, right? And
Just Call McCower
King
says,
guy.
no, it was not called squirrel, it was called dog.
Dog. It's like that movie The Road where the boys call it boy. The parents couldn't bother to name it, they just call him boy. Have this can of shit I found on the side of the road, boy. What happened to like King guy, right? Like the tiger dude or lion guy or whatever it was. Wasn't he supposed to have like some sort of a neck cancer or whatever in the show? Not the actor, but the character. There's like those helicopter people and all that. They were dancing across the USA. And in the show, you know, I know like dude that creates the show and the comic book or whatever, he like gave out the reason why people are infected and stuff like the what had happened. But I don't know if he ever like released it in the show or anything like that. Spores, alien spores. But if it's spores, I believe Rick is not infected. Because people would have to breathe in those spores, and what if they only like happened at a certain time? And then, you know, Rick was in the hospital in his coma with probably like, you know, oxygen mask on or something like that. Just a theory. And by the time the spores settled. But then again, you got like all the people who had already been dead somehow were able to come alive again too. They would have to breathe in the spores, I would think, to do that. Unless the spores can go through flesh. If there was the spore for the reason, because that's, you know, that's just what he said about in the Walking Dead comic book series. So there's no telling the difference between all that. Steve. In a day or two. Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. Well, I'll say it anyway. Oh, 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 the right stuff. And then people on YouTube are like just so pathetic, you know? The ones like Jason David Frank dying, and they have those videos up there, like last video he did before he died or whatever, or 25 minutes before his death, something like that, just something before his death thing. And they have been capitalizing all on that shit. People clicking on that. It's got like 87,000 views. And all it's like this person in the bottom corner in a video thing, just they're talking but you can't hear them because they're letting you watch some sort of a video that Jason David Frank had done like years before, and they said this is the last video. So they're capitalizing on his death by saying this is the last one, come watch this or whatever. And then you see people like doing the whole comments, oh, rest in peace, blah 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 blah. At the bottom of that, they should be upset that these people are trying to take advantage of that. I reported a few of them because I'm stupid. And then a few people's comments down there was like, there's like a bunch of these out there, and they all got the same kind of MO or whatever, you know. It's got something to do with Africa. They need to quit. The world needs to quit. See, that's one of the reasons why I want the world to end. You know? Shit like that. Could you imagine, like, if it were up to you to decide whether or not the fate of humanity should still exist after, like, a certain observation time or whatever like that? Like, you know, some intelligence sends you down and says, okay, observe these people for some odd years or whatever like that, and then just like give us a verdict of whether or not they should be able to be saved or just let them be annihilated, kind of thing. I mean, what would everyone actually, what would your choice be? Everyone that's not watching. So far, my choice is leaning toward annihilation because it's just the way it is. It's nothing about like saving this group of people or that group of people. It would be the whole thing or none at all type situation. Let it continue or end it now. If you could judge humanity, would you find humanity guilty or innocent? Knowing that your whatever, like choice would be the thing of like the winning vote on something.
Just Call Makor says, humanity is piece of ship.
Piece of shit. The piece of shit. And you got those of us out there that aren't worth living for, like myself, you know, poor health and all that bullshit. Those of us who are unhealthy need to like just be gone, I suppose, before we spread that insanity to the rest of the world. I was watching another YouTube video, just like randomly, and there's this little kid over in Australia that
Just Call Makor says, I've given up on live for like 10 years.
How much longer are you gonna do it? That's probably like probably a little longer than that. I gave up on it when I was 23. Figured things out for myself.
Just Call Makor says, like, I'm not suicidal or anything, but at the same time I stopped caring about myself.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's not that I want to die, I just don't give a shit anymore. You know? Yeah, the whole care for yourself kind of thing just kind of fades away over time. Especially whenever shit keeps happening over and over and over. It's just kind of, it's like it tears a little piece of you apart bit by bit until there's just nothing left to even give a shit about. Take everything away and you got nothing. But yeah, me, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to die. I just know that if it came to, say, the choice between someone who's healthy and living their life and having a good time versus myself, if someone had to make a choice, I'd be the one to be taken out because I have nothing. There's no reason for any of it. But I would like to see vengeful acts and all that done onto people who deserve punishment for things. Damn it, like that person right there knocking the Rex out that fast. I hope in real life they like fall over dead tomorrow. No, no, no. Let's not say that. That's bad, isn't it? Or that's what we've always been told, that it's bad to wish bad things onto others. Why? It's not like it's gonna matter. Juju and all that bullshit. Hopefully they'll break their leg or whatever. How about that? Just instead of die, they'll break their leg, suffer through life. No, 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 not their leg, not their leg, not their leg. Okay, okay, their fingers. They break their fingers in a car door, and they're unable to play the game for like months at a time. How about that? That sounds like fair justice. For cheating in the game, not allowing other people to benefit off of things and working together, they get their fingers broken. And if they continue after the fingers have healed, then they get them severed and chopped off. If they find a way to continue after that, well, then there's a whole arm off right there. Keep on going until you learn your lesson. Yep. That's why I'd be perfect in hell for torturing people. Like the bullies over there in Australia. This little kid, he's got dwarfism, you know, or he's a dwarf, and his mom posted a video of whenever he got home, or when she was picking him up and they were about to go somewhere after school, he was crying, telling her to give him a knife or whatever so he can end his own life. And because people were picking on him at school, you know, because he's a dwarf, he's a kid, they're bullying him and everything like that. And he just, to the point where he just didn't want to live anymore. And he's only like 9 years old, this kid. And that right there, it struck a nerve with me. And that normal stuff, some stuff just doesn't. But that right there, it just made me want to like fly over to Australia, find these bullies or whatever like that, and beat the hell out of them. Even if they're kids. Hey, you can hit a kid. They hit you first. They do something they're not supposed to do, and they're getting away with that shit. Self-defense, bitch. Somebody stick up for the kid. Which I was really like shocked, or well, grateful for. There's this one guy.
Just Call McCower says, bullies suck.
That's right. Trolling is a different matter than bullying, though. You know, there's a difference between like physically like attacking someone because they're different, or like, you know, down talking to them or whatever just because you aren't happy with yourself or whatever. But, you know, trolling, just picking around with people, that to me is okay, even though to some it would be the same situation. But this the guy who's a dwarf comedian, stand-up comedian here in the United States, contacted the mother or whatever, and you know, earned like what, $10,000 something so that she and her son could go to Disneyland, so they can brighten his day a little bit like that. And the kid got on the news and stuff, and, you know, people talking about like the actual situation and school bullying, all that kind of thing. And he got offered a role to star in like a Mad Max film that's coming up soon, another sequel or something like that. Is one of the like background people that are there. And I thought that was pretty cool, because I myself, when I was in school, I got bullied too all the time, and I didn't tolerate a lot of it, but some of it I had to hold back, you know. It really pissed me off. I got called like retarded and shit like that after I failed 2nd grade.
Just Call McCower says, I would hate it as a kid if someone took me to Disneyland. I want to go to Disney World and not some downgraded Land Experience 3E.
Well, I think it's because, like, to those who live in Australia, I think the closest one is probably like around that area, and they don't have a world one there, you know. But yeah, I have no idea. But no, I would get called names and shit after I had failed 2nd grade, and class people that I had there and there would like be in the 3rd grade, and they'd be like down talking me about shit and telling me I was stupid, retarded, dumb, and didn't need to exist, kind of thing. And I finally got tired of it, and one of them came to like, I mouthed off, and one of them came up to me and tried to hit me and all that, and I used their own forward momentum to lift them over my shoulder and let them drop to the ground, kind of like in wrestling when they run and you just grab them down and pick them up or whatever. And he fell to the ground, started crying and all that bullshit. And I said, "Leave me the fuck alone." That's when you're in school, you learn all them swear words. And dude never bothered me again. And then I failed the 4th grade. Mom moved me to a different school, so it kind of started all over again. But I held back, though. I didn't fight back. I didn't mouth off anymore. I just kind of took it and
Just
sat
Call
there.
McCower says, I was a very bad kid. Had some crazy ADHD, so I was always acting out. Should have failed the 5th grade, but the school hated me so much that the admins and teachers got together and agreed to let me pass. Just go get the heck out of that school.
Yeah, that's one of the things that schools do. They and whenever we were 12th grade graduating, they bumped up people who were in 2 grades lower than us to graduate them, even though they were of age to graduate, so they got rid of them.
Romeo India Zulu says, dudes, our kitchen and floor is 95% finished. We have a functional setup now minus the dishwasher. OMG, so nice.
That's cool, Riz. That's pretty awesome, man. What do you mean? You got a perfect dishwasher there, aren't you the dishwasher? Oh man, I miss a dishwasher. They decided to get out of it for no reason, or get it out of here. Because we could use that for cabinet space. ADHD. I've never been diagnosed with that, but I can guarantee I probably have some of it. There was this one dude that was in my class when I was in 7th, 8th grade or whatever, and he had it bad now. I mean, he was also one of those that didn't have the collarbones, like he had the stuff that dude from what is that called? Stranger Things. The Dustin character, the guy in real life. He's got this disease or whatever, or disfigurement or whatever it's called. But he was also very ADHD. He was always not really bullying, but he couldn't
Romeo
be
India
still.
Zulu says, I'm gonna hang for a bit, but after I do my event I'm gonna call it a night.
Gotcha. Okay, well, just hang out, chill and listen to me complain about bullshit. But he would always pick on this guy named Scotty. He would say Snotty Scotty sat on the potty.
Just Call McCower says, you are going to stay or else I'll play a command.
That's right, damn it. Spam the channel, damn it, fuck. But dude was always laughing and stuff, and couldn't be quiet, couldn't be still. Energy out the ass. I never had the energy though. I just couldn't pay a fuck attention. Man, was he hilarious though. I don't think he ever got taken, no one gave him any medication or anything like that either. Then later on, in real life or whatever, or in life, we had already, I think we were in, maybe, he and his brother no longer went to the same school as us. They went somewhere else, I don't know where, but I had seen him, and we were, I was with somebody else, and we were at a movie theater at in a small town around here, or small city, depending on if you think 11,000 people is a lot of people, I don't know. But we were there, and dude saw me as he drove by, and he made a big U-turn in the middle of all the traffic and shit, There's like a 4-way stop area, it's red light and all that. Came over there and asked me how I was doing. Didn't see me in forever and all that. I'm like, well, you know, I'm just here going to a movie. And you could tell he had never changed. But yeah, I mean, I could tell like in the ADHD ones, which back then I don't think it was called ADHD though. It was called like just ADD. And then they added the hyper part to it or whatever. Attention deficit disorder or whatever. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS. So that's Charlie Sheen. Never mind. Charlie Sheen still doesn't know how the hell he got AIDS. You think Quagmire off of a Family Guy was based off of Charlie Sheen? Just for some reason I see it. It jumped subject, didn't it? You know, in school, whenever kids bully you and stuff, there was this dude in my class that
Just
he
Call
had
McCower
a
says,
rather large head.
I was diagnosed with ADHD, not AD, so it had to be a thing.
Okay. I just had probably never heard of it then. So the H being the hyper part of it versus just ADD. Because I was like, even though I've never been diagnosed with anything, and it was hard to concentrate on bullshit all the time and all that, and because my mind is always going 100 miles an hour with ideas of things and thoughts and things like that, that I did so poorly in school, but I never had energy though. I was never hyper. But boom, 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 boom. But anyway, there was this dude in my class who had a rather large head, you know, and people were always picking on him about it, and even teachers would not pick about his head, but his name, and quote him from a movie because his name was the character, a movie that its character in it had the same name. And they would always like pick on him about that, and he would be upset about it and stuff, and not really tell anybody. But you know, I would know because I was always around the dude, and we were friends in school. We'd get picked on in class and all that shit. And I finally had gone to like the principal's office and told him that they needed to do something about a certain student that was like picking on everybody and stuff like that, or you know. And they're like, "What can we do? We can't do anything," you know. So this shit's got to stop.
Just Call McCower says, but yeah, AD just makes it super hard for you to focus on anything. Like really, really hard. Except for one single thing, and once you find it you obsess over it until you eventually can't focus on it anymore. And then ADHD is exactly the same, except you act like an insufferable cunt until you find that one thing you can focus on.
So what about the hyper part of it then? Is the hyper part just give you more foul language and energy or something? Make you have noises? I guess that other one was because the dude would always make these noises. Back in the day. I got called cockface in high school. I had bad acne.
Just Call McCower says, the hyper point is the acting like an insufferable cunt part.
Ah. Did you have a mouth on you? Did you swear? Did you make noises and stuff like that and irritate people to hell and back? Did you continuously like bother them until they gave in?
Just Call McCower says, I did.
Ah. Yes. Yes, Pinky. Yes. Call support. Is that what led you up to being the best troll that Sci-Fi Server ever saw? Did that do anything? Damn it, no.
Just Call McCower says, that is why I annoy people to do things I want, because I am annoying as shit because of my ADHD.
Well, there you go. It's not your fault. It's a personality trait that if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be you. As long as you're okay with having it, to hell with what everybody else thinks. As long as you've learned how to live with it, how to use it to your advantage. If you're narcissistic at it, then that's good. Everyone needs a little bit of narcissism in their life. I want to talk about me. I want to talk about I want to talk about number one. Without narcissistic behavior, we wouldn't have Tony Stark. Damn cat won't die. Damn it. Ooh, that worked. Okay, dude, I can go that way. Alright, Tilk and Carter, we're going to leave you behind so I can go get some command credits. I hope you're going to be okay with that, because I don't give a shit. Okay. Oh, God, I hate the cooldown thing. No! Leave me alone. Boom, bitch. Okay. Yay!
No more Optimus Prime! I beg of you! I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Bitch.
Just Call Makora says, my favorite thing about Weird Al that I learned from his totally 100% factual biopic is that he can just come up with music right off the top of his head given the right situations.
Right? That's an amazing gift, too. To be able to make a complete song based off of barely knowing the lyrics to one song right off the top of your head. In front of everybody. It's almost like those rap battles that people do. But in parody form.
%60 of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
That don't make no sense.
No sense. Damn it.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Why throw away your life so recklessly? Damn it. Damn, I keep blowing away days off by sleeping through half of it. where it doesn't feel like I've actually had any kind of day. You think about it, like, I went to work in the evening yesterday as the sun was going down. I haven't been in the house the whole time. And then, you know, I stay awake and stream, and then I stayed
Just
up.
Call Makora says, I got something you can blow away. It is called a dandelion.
Dandelion? Yeah, they naturally can blow themselves. Yes, that's true. They can blow themselves. Pushing daisies. But I didn't go to sleep until, because I watched the Artemis 1 live feed they had of it going behind the moon, or up until it went behind the moon, and it was like 30-minute blackout period or whatever until it can reestablish the communication. But and they were doing like a controlled burn test or whatever or something. And that happened at like maybe 6:30 to 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I immediately went to bed after that, as the sun was coming up or whatever. So I didn't see the sun. So then I sleep and I wake up at 5 or 4:30 this evening when the sun's going down. I'm gonna completely avoid the sun. The sun hates me anyway, so yeah. And that gets me back to that damn thing about the Artemis thing. The Orion spacecraft, as it's called. The mission is called Artemis 1. How they can't establish a communication link that close to Earth by just jumping it off of something else. You'd think they'd be able to. Like, well, I guess since Artemis 1 Orion or whatever, it's supposed to be the first man-made capsule or whatever, or spaceship that's been the furthest out or whatever. You know, not because the moon landing thing or whatever apparently happened closer on the one side of the moon closest to Earth. So this is going behind the moon, but deeper behind it. So it's like and it's not talking about like just a basic probe satellite or something. It's like something that can be driven by a person. So it technically has the first thing assigned to it being something like that. But as soon as it gets like right at the back end of that damn thing, the signal cut out because they say they couldn't establish it and have to wait for the blackout period to be over, and then boom, comes back at the edge of the moon so you don't see the whole back of the moon because aliens live there. Okay, yeah. It's interesting to watch it though. They showed the Earth again. The little NASA lady was like, if you're now joining us live, there's a picture of the view of the Earth and a little bit and some of the moon there, from the Artemis space station, Orion. Boom, 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 boom. Make sure all those flat earther people out there going, no, that's CGI, it's fake. Or they look at the Earth from up there like, yep, saw it, told you it was a disc, told you. Have they not, like, figured out, like, every time that something in space takes a picture of the Earth, it's always a circular object looking to it because of the sphere that it is. But it's always facing the camera, so that, if they believe that the Earth was flat, then why is it that every time we pull something away from it, like way far off, you don't see it kind of rotated to
Searching
a
for a
flat
way to
surface?
tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have. Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the gamma radiation chamber. And boom.
And boom!
He woke up feeling different, remembering nothing about the accident. Facing consequences
Boom.
that he could not atone, and driven by rage and pursued by an investigative reporter. A man hot on his trail is out. the investigative reporter, who continuously follows Sam wherever he may appear. And now, when Dr. Beckett grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. Dr. Beckett is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him.
Damn quantum leaping. Incredible Hulk.
Romeo India Zulu says, like a plate tilted on its side. But if it was flat, how could it rotate or spin as it does without looking paper thin?
Exactly, yeah. There's one thing I hate about that quantum leap thing, the investigative reporter part being used twice. I just couldn't figure it out at the time what to use, so I just used that again. But yeah, that's exactly my point. Like, you know, whenever like there's far off pictures like from the space station, because they don't deny like the space station exists or anything like that. But it's like other things that are taking pictures, like the telescopes and things that look back at the Earth. It's always that shape, you know, the circular shape. But you know, yeah, if you tilt it, you know, from a different angle, you should see it. But they're thinking that it's always facing every camera on purpose or something to make it look like it's a sphere. So that in itself, I just can't figure out why people think the Earth is flat. I don't know. And then there's a lot more people coming further with like the so-called evidence and shit to keep proving it or bullshit or whatever. I mean, hell. I guess now they're going to say the moon is fake, too, because we were there again. It would be nice if they put satellites around the moon. I guess it's going to happen eventually. It's the Artemis project.
Romeo India Zulu says, do they also think the hundreds of billions of other planets or celestial bodies flat as well, or just us?
They believe those are projected onto the dome of the Earth.
Murdoch says, I've never seen this before. This channel has the freshest content.
No, the flat earthers could like believe that we're on what's left of the Earth, like a flat part of it, and it's surrounded by the Antarctic whatever. And some believe that our night sky is just projected into the air, like the sun is projected or whatever, or rotates a certain way. It's so stupid. And that the planets don't exist, that they're just projected there as well. But that's the thing too.
Murdoch says, and we all live in the Matrix too.
Well, yeah, I mean, science has proven that we're kind of are living in a simulation. I mean, the simulation theory, but not the way of the Matrix simulation, but because you know atoms are like little tiny dots and they make up things and stuff like that. But that's the thing. You know, there's still debate on that, but I believe we're in a simulation. They could be
Murdoch
manipulated.
says, science has proven none of this is real. Everyone kill themselves to know the truth.
That's right. Yeah, they die and then they wake up and they're like, oh my god, wow, that was so real. How much to do it again? What do you want to be this time? Female, male? Hey, just give me the basic works. Here's the $30. This time I want to come back as a unicorn. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna do that. But it's so strange. I mean, okay, yeah. The Milky Way galaxy and other galaxies spiral because of the gravitational, you know, pull and the G-forces of everything kind of do spread it out to be like a flattish type surface or whatever, but or well, not surface, but you know, like an elongated disc type thing. But that's like major shit. That's like the further you get out. Like even if the Earth started spinning super fast or whatever like that, yeah, it would probably compress a little bit in the middle and get wider at the sides and become an oval. But damn it, okay, wrong door. I went to the wrong door. Shit. Okay. These things get so confusing sometimes. Bop. I say, if a flat earther wants to know if the Earth is actually flat or not, send them up in a space shuttle the right way, like that thing that they have out there now. The you know, you pay so much or whatever, you get up in there and you go above the Earth kind of shit or whatever. But have them do that.
Murdoch says, you can just use a drone.
Well, then they say something about the lens of the camera. You know, distorting it and making it circular or whatever.
Romeo
like that.
India Zulu says, our galaxy is somewhat flat, but it's hella thick. But that doesn't mean everything in it is flat.
Exactly, yeah.
Not even a shuttle, you can see the curvature of Earth from a normal plane.
Yeah. Well, the argument for flat earthers on that one is that the Earth is not. They're not saying that it's like flat as a pancake, as like a, you know, like Minecraft or anything like that. They're saying that it actually domes over in the middle, but it's not a complete sphere. You know, like say if you cut the Earth into several chunks or something like that, you know, or if you had a circle of 360
Just
degrees and you only had
says,
10 degrees of it.
My argument for their argument is that they are retarded morons.
Yeah, but that's what they say is the flat Earth. It's like a 10-degree bend or whatever like that from one point of the left side to the right side. So therefore it does arch in the middle, but there's nothing underneath us, you know, kind of situation. And that's how they justify it with the whole, the Earth is not like a square, but it's a disc, and it's oval disc, like on top or whatever, like a dome would be. Like if you cut the Earth in half or whatever. That's what their argument is. Not my argument. It's just what theirs is. They keep coming up with all that bullshit. And the two sun theory that they have too, my God. Yay, they destroyed the Rex too fast.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
But they think like, you know, all the Earth observations from space and stuff are using a specific like lens to make it more round looking or whatever from every angle.
Romeo India Zulu says, Neil deGrasse Tyson said that if you compress our planet down to like a basketball or something small like that, it would be smoother than a cue ball.
Smoother than a cue ball, turtle power. Boy, that Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's got to be like, I remember like some interviews that people would do with him and stuff like that. He was so arrogant that they would just get pissed off at him. Like he was on Joe Rogan a few times, and the more he just kept talking about himself rather than like, you know, ideas of things. But he's narcissistic anyway. But he's a scientist, duh, right? And Rodney McKay, so mad at him on Stargate. Guess we're gonna have to jump maps then. But even like, say if a flat earther went up into the a shuttle or something like that, but one that William Shatner went up in, and looked out of a window, they would say it was trickery or some shit like that. Just because. Like they were given hallucinogens or some shit, you know. It's so insane. I mean, it's bad whenever the ancient Romans and shit like that knew the Earth was a sphere.
Just Call McCower says, he is too into the smell of his own farts for me to ever take him seriously again. Like he would comment about movies having the stars in the sky wrong based off the time period they are in, and I am like, it's just a fucking movie, dude.
Right. He wants to get it just right. That shouldn't be that many there. I guess he's like pissed at the Starfield simulation they always use for Star Trek too. Remember when that used to be a screensaver on a computer? Starfield simulation. Let's talk this out.
Romeo India Zulu says, which is amazing considering our tallest peak is like 7 mios and the deepest trench is like 5 miles. So a 12 or 14 mile difference between highest and lowest points. That's like a quarter of the distance to space.
Sentence,
For it to be that smooth in a compressed state is wow.
no one had a
I
chance
wasn't trying to use
it
him
was
as a
really
judgment based on who he is,
hypnotic.
just his knowledge is greater than mine.
Nah, just because he's read some shit and all that and thinks he's superior doesn't make him superior. Those people who think their IQs are up there because they read shit. Just remember, there's something always about people like that are going to have some flaws somewhere that they don't want people to know about. Well, shit. I was going to dump those credits there, but damn it, they got there first. And he always strikes me as a person that doesn't like know how to talk to people or whatever. You know? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, and you know, isn't it crazy that like we've only dug down so deep into the earth anyway? You know, that we just don't for some reason. Or that Mariani, that trench you're talking about, yeah, the I fucking can't say it. Mariachi band. The compression that would happen and all that to us if we ever came down there. But I guess if you compress matter down to everything anyway, it would get smoother.
Romeo India Zulu says, I didn't say superior. I didn't study science or have a number of degrees or even do science as a profession. If I call a plumber and say fix my toilet, he fixes it. I believe he knew what he was doing. Obviously nobody is perfect, but he is smart. Just Call Makor says, it is because the pressure is so great that it destroys drill heads. We have not discovered an element capable of digging deeper than we already have.
The pressure is so... Oh yeah, my people aren't going to come with way, are they? The pressure is so great. You're digging just straight down into the earth? It's like if you get closer to the core. I mean, if you do that in the ocean, I guess, yeah. But what about just dry land kind of thing? Yeah. Do-do-do. Or is it the compression of land?
Just Call Makor says, it is all the same. Pressure is pressure the deeper you go.
The deeper you go, the further I fart. Could you imagine like being able to dig down so far and just see the different layers of time in between all that? You know how the earth kind of just recycles itself? It goes down and new, volcano come up and new land mass, so it pushes down the old stuff. Just imagine like the layers, if you can look through there to see the different times that things were happening. It's amazing. We've yet, it's like, okay, Sequest, right? This jumps in around topic and bullshit. But, our whole thing about wanting to explore space and all that kind of stuff, and yet we've only mapped so much of our oceans and waters and things. That's why I kind of like the show Sequest. It was pretty good that way. See there. Via, near, far, wherever you are, I'll be there. Christmas.
Just Call Makora says, I like Sequest because it was a sequel to Jaws.
Roy Strider. Yeah. Are you basing it off a sequel because of the same actor? That's one of the last TV series that dude was in before he killed himself.
Just Call Makora says, yes, and it involves water.
It involves water, so
Just
yeah.
Call Makora says, involves.
So those two factors mean that it's in the same universe. They were trying to figure out where Jaws came from the whole time. Come on, Timmy. Come on, Timmy. Come on, Timmy. I guess that's like saying since the same actor that was in Sequest also played in Sidekicks, the Chuck Norris movie or whatever. I guess that's in the same universe too. It's all blended together. The multiverse of movies. That's one other show I guess they could reboot and ruin.
Just Call Makora says, I loved Sidekicks. I should watch it again just so I will change my mind and hate it.
Yes, make sure you look at all the small things in there that could make you not like it anymore. Question everything in that movie if Chuck Norris was real or not. Because you know the real Chuck Norris would never have allowed him to have a fake Chuck Norris in his head. Because everyone knows that the character dude, because of the imaginary Chuck Norris, that wasn't an imaginary Chuck Norris. It was the real Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris was mentally projecting himself into the kid. Because he knew the kid needed some advice, and he was unable to be in two places at once, so he projected his mind into the kid to aid him in stuff. Yeah, because that's what Chuck Norris does. You see, or as they like to call him, Chucky Norris. Hi, I'm Chucky Norris. Wanna play? Because the eyes of the ranger are upon you. You seen like on that Walker show that Jared Padalecki's in? He finally like got the Walker beard now. I guess people were like wondering where the hell that was at. The unsuspecting stranger. I have yet to really watch an episode of that Walker though. I've only seen just pictures. So I bet they don't even have the Indian people in there that used to call Walker washer and dryer. Washer. Dryer. Cause that's where a ranger wants to dookie on ye. Washer. And right there. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. And in the name of the Lollipop Guild. Alright, come on, y'all. Damn it. Shit. Oh, crap. Y'all got caught up in that bullshit. I knew you would do it. I just knew it. Oh, back up. And I died. Call for help. Kagan, get over here, you asshole. Come on, let's go find Timmy and wake him up. Good job, Kagan. I knew you could do it. Blink, blink, a lobby, zabble, don't. It's another good movie that's out. Because I do feel like just laying down and watching a movie. Try to keep all the activity going on, brain shit. Just shut it down and just watch something. Even though my brain's shutting down anyway. I mean,
Just Call McCower says, movies suck.
why? Why? On a holiday road. I have to make sure that I gear myself up for more depression because, you know, tomorrow's another day off and the day after that it's
Just
not.
Call McCower says, they just do. You should watch Rick and Morty instead. And where legitly, where would I watch Rick and Morty? Legitly. Too legit to quit. Hi, hi. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Without paying for it. You're gonna say Plex again, aren't you? Did I not? What the hell? Okay, I guess that did. Just Call McCower says, legit. HBO Max and Hulu not paying for it nowhere.
There you go. See? It starts with one thing. Don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard to try. Keep that in mind. Design is right to explain through time. All I know. Wow, wow. Back when Hulu was free anyway with ads. It's one thing I don't like is if something comes on NBC television over the air that you can watch, and all of a sudden, like, you know, okay, that episode's over. Let's go to NBC and watch it. Who's your provider? What cable provider? What satellite provider do you have? What about over the air? It should be just free to watch anyway, because it was free to watch for anybody watching it over the air television anyway. So why not have it like that? Put your damn ads
Murdoch
in there.
says, high octane gaming with Scorpwana. Let's get jacked.
High octane gaming. I mean boring ass gaming. Come on, Timmy. Come along with me, Timmy. Thank you, Timmy. Money grubbers. You know, and I'm also like, why would they even bother region locking things now? Since people go to VPNs that go around that to watch things. You know, and you don't have to like just watch it on your PC. You can watch it on your phone. Get a VPN for your phone. Do that same thing. You know, why even bother with it if that can happen now? Just allow the whole world to watch shit. There must be ass in a pasture. Murdochs. Murdochs, I want you to hear something that I created today that's stupid. Sex formers.
No more, Optimus Prime! I beg of you! I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Huh. Yeah. Hoo-ha!
Why throw away your life so recklessly?
Murdoch says, I like the voices, sounds good.
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
Well, I took them directly from a YouTube video and sent them through Audacity or whatever it's called, Audacity, and took out as much of the background sounds and music using that. It has a vocal amplifier and vocals only type thing that it tries to do, but sometimes it doesn't work out too well and you have to adjust it. But Transformers the movie is like one of the best things because you know, other than the television show, they actually used multi-channels, you know, because it's a movie, right? And you can get more out of that instead of just stereo left and right. There's a multi-channel in there, but I doubt the uploader did that because I think YouTube recompresses it anyway to be 2-channel. But it has a good way of like picking it up because usually, you know, the center track of like Dolby Digital or whatever is the vocal track, so that's nice. I need to find some more, and those were good too because there wasn't as much you know, like music happening. Do I have? Let me see. Sounds Transformers. More than meets my ass. Stopped. There it is.
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. One shall stand, one shall fall. I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Take that one there.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
You got the touch.
That's gonna get me copyrighted. Probably not. It's a short sample. That's a damn good movie, though. I still love it to this day. Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Romeo India Zulu says, no Energon Cube sound?
Energon Cube. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. I was just a little bit before I got on here. Is that what I got that? I get some sound waves going on.
Romeo India Zulu says, oh gotcha.
Yeah, right after I watched that Big Owl, not Big Owl, what the hell? Weird Al movie. I mean, for like 10 minutes, before I got on here, I went and I did those little bit of sounds for Optimus Prime and Megatron. Purposely left in the music audio and stuff for that one though, because that's a pretty good damn song. That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. Thomas Prime. Thomas Prime. I do like the sound of Megatron's gun blasting when you don't hear any kind of other audio with it. It does sound awesome. It's like magnifying. Megatron. Da 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 do 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 do. I could get Teletran 1's explore, explore, repair, repair. You know they have that new Transformer toy out officially by Hasbro and Takara. That's the ship that they land on the Earth in G1 Transformers. And it transforms, and it also has a sub-transforming bot that's inside of it too, which is the bridge. The bridge transforms into either a robot or a wall part of the inside of the bridge or inside of the ship that the Autobots can use to stand next to take pictures. And it also has Teletran 1's little drone that goes out and stuff. It's pretty interesting. I watched a guy on a YouTube channel that has all that stuff and was talking about it. And showing it off. That shit costs some money. That's how we like live out our dreams these days. Watch others having cool shit. You got the touch, 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 to touch. You got the power. After all is said and done. Get some bumblebee sounds on here of him talking the whole damn time. Optimus. There we go. Park yourself on that little toilet right there and take a shit, bye. Trip! Use it, Trip, use it! Come on, Trip, use it, use it, use it, use it, use it. Trip, 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 come on, come on, come on. Sabotage, use sabotage. Dude, use sabotage. Okay, thanks. You can see where he used it, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man, cool. Cool. You've got the touch, 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 touch. You got the power. You're on the death of Optimus Prime. That shit hit me hard when I was a kid. And I was in theaters watching Transformers the movie too. It was so awesome. I can remember like my mom's dad, or yeah, on my mom's side or whatever. He was always like, "Why are you going to a movie theater to watch a damn cartoon? That shit comes on every Saturday morning or whatever." Man, they got another one of those places where you do the subscription thing, you know, and you subscribe to like buying a model kit to build a whatever, you know, to get the parts in. They have one of G1 Optimus Prime, and he's going to be about like 2.5 to 3 foot tall when you're done with him. I don't know if he'll transform though. He probably will. Just imagine. And it's gonna be die-cast metal. You imagine how heavy that will be? It's crazy. Bam. That World of Wayne
Shake them
guy.
off.
Shake it off, man.
And just beat the devil out of them. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Cover everything in the studio.
Everything.
Shake it off. Beat the devil out of it. And cover
Just Call
everybody in the
Nicole
studio.
says, I like these
Well, that's
super
what makes
fast
it
chargers.
fun. Just enjoy.
I get from like 10% to 100%
Just
charge
beat
in
the
less
devil
than
out of
30
it.
minutes. Samu Wraith says, LOL.
Just have a little fun and off you go. Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it. Give him a shake.
Shake it off.
And just beat the devil out of it.
Shake it off.
There we go. That splashing is the most fun.
Splashing when he shakes it off. Hello, Sammy Wraith. Super fast chargers, 10 to 100% in less than 30 minutes. Now I've heard of those. My sister's Samsung Galaxy something or whatever at one time had one of those fast chargers. It was like bigger than the average charger. Like it used a second plug in the bottom of the phone or whatever.
Samu Wraith says, me I like the chargers with the flexi-bile cords that don't bend and expose the inner wires. This actually I can bend it and it's fine so far.
You got a friend in me. In a day or two. Flexible cords? They don't bend and expose the inner wires? Hmm?
Samu Wraith says, yeah, for my portable charger or my main chargers at home.
Aren't all charger cables flexible? I'm proud of myself for having my original dumb phone charge cable and never have lost it, nor does it not work. It works perfect. The hell, the new dumb phone that I got, the charge cable, and it didn't even work when I got it.
Samu Wraith says, Yeah, but some of those old ones, you twist them too much, they eventually snap open, the inner wires are exposed and it stops working or will only work part of the time.
Oh yeah, if they it's kind of like a controller cable. How if you continuously use it over and over, it starts like doing that weird bunching up thing, and wires get into a an over and over type thing, so they snap inside and also tear through the vinyl. I've never had that problem though. I do hate though whenever the wire breaks inside of something
Samuraith says,
that needs
yeah,
electrons.
then you have to buy a new one. Main problem I've had is with the portable wire I take to work.
Portable wire. You get you one of them phones that has the wireless charging. I don't know where the hell you get that at. I work with somebody who's had one of those. And Dollar General's even sold a charged deck for those at one point. And then you got those Apple Watches that have the wireless charging. View. Continue 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's essentially like we're talking about the wire problems. That's what happened to my headset actually too, like up inside the headset where the cable goes into just the one hole and it's tied into a knot to prevent it from being pulled too much and pulled out. And in that knot,
Samuraith says,
it got
yet all the
kinked or
ones
something.
here all require the device to be plugged in the wall, but you don't have to plug it into the phone itself.
Yeah. Dude.
Samuraith says, yet I need a headset myself.
But it's I got it fixed because I had to just chop some off and resolder, but so it's a little bit shorter now. It's like maybe 6 inches shorter than the average cable that came with it. But yeah, it's tied into a knot up into the left side headset piece, the ear piece, so that whenever you pull on the cord, it doesn't yank all the wires because it has a stop. But over time, that tied knot, one of the copper wires inside of the vinyl snapped in half, so that's why my headset wasn't working correctly like a month or whatever ago for me. Unless I moved the wire somewhere, it was reattaching itself inside, so I just cut a chunk out of it and rewired it. All I need to do is get some like good adhesive glue that could hold up the bands that are on this thing, the ear bands that can be replaced, and some thin vinyl, and I can rewrap them, create them all over again. I just have to have downtime for letting them dry though, and like cure for 24 hours type situation. I don't think I can do that, so they're okay right now. I think it's stupid that the company
says,
can't sell those.
Mine was a cheap $15 one, the headset.
Ah. Did it have a microphone on it too? Use that Walmart discount, get you some good ones. At least you get a discount. We don't get shit.
Samu Wraith says, yeah headset I honestly am a idiot haven't been using the discount.
Do you buy a lot of stuff working there? Or do you try to get stuff from other places? I mean, I would think it'd be more convenient because I myself, where I work, buy from there, like foods and whatnot like that, because I don't want to have to go to like a grocery store after work or anything like that, you know. So it just becomes a thing where you pretty much just pay them back your money you're making from them. And you working at Walmart, well, you've got more stuff that you can get. Basically, they are like grocery stores now. So you like give them your paycheck. Working for free. Working for nothing. After. Horse's ass. So, Riz, since you have the kitchen at about, what do you say, 95%? So are you just missing is a dishwasher? And that'll be the kitchen? Then, like, what else is left to do? Like,
Samu Wraith says, I think it's smart shopping to browse many places, that way you can get the best deals.
Yes, bypass convenience.
Just Call Makover says, I don't know if Walmart still does it, but if you work Thanksgiving you get an extra discount that is applied to your employee discount card and it activates the first time you use it after the discount is applied. So if you fuck up and buy a pack of gum, then say goodbye to your discount route. Romeo India Zulu says, dishwasher, couple outlets, floor trim, couple lights.
Nice.
Samu Wraith says, at Just Call Makover, yep, that's still a thing.
A couple of outlets, floor trim, a couple of lights. Well, that's a pretty good bit. The dishwasher would probably be like the biggest thing out of all of that, I would think. So that's just the kitchen. Any other rooms that are near completion or actually done? Oh, I got another thingy. Let's see, access in-game mail. Let's see what happened. Items sold in exchange. Covariant shield array. 38 million again.
Samu Wraith says, funny you mention that core. I knew a guy 7 years or so ago did that, bought a MT do blew his special discount at Just Call Makover. Romeo India Zulu says, the kitchen and living room is now technically one room, so that's all that's left.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. That's a sweet dude. Sweet dude, sweet. Off to the movies we shall go, where we learn everything that we know. Cause the movies teach us what their parents are sometimes you say. Destroy Herald ships. That's midnight. So you get a special Thanksgiving discount, and if you're not careful, you can blow it just on buying some tiny bullshit. I'd blow it anyway because I slap in the face of discounts, even if it means me going broke. That's why they're like, why don't you use the Dollar General digital coupons? No. I'm going to buy that thing right out and go broke if I have to, damn it. I ain't going to save shit for your company.
This is the USS Hood.
They in the hood, yo.
Is taking heavy losses.
I thought we had to do phaser damage. What the hell? Why isn't anything working? Okay, Herald ships. Anti-proton damage. Okay, never mind. Get out of there and stop firing your weapons. And change over to something else. Okay, loadouts, anti-proton, and go back around. It's something about using these anti-proton weapons. The first weapons that I actually think either got or bought out of the story missions. You know, and I didn't get these in story missions. I got them just whenever I was in the Nethersphere fleet when I first started with this character.
Samu Wraith says, "Yep, we get a special discount and a certificate score."
A certificate of authentication. Congratulations, you spent your money here. All right, all right. Now, Dollar General will do like a 30% discount on one order once a year, but it's never the same day. And that's about it. We don't get any special, any kind of thing like for the digital coupon service that they have either. We have the same discounts as everybody else on that. Talking away. This is the USS Cleveland.
Just Call Makora says, and if you are scheduled for Thanksgiving or Black Friday and call out, you get another kind of discount called immediate termination.
Oh my god. What if you actually have an emergency though? What if you have an accident on your way up there and you're in the hospital or something? Like, I can't come in today. I'm in the hospital and I've got you're fired. Get the hell out of here, Megatron. I want to fight something. Warning. Bitty bitty bitty. USS Cleveland. And it's funny, people that want to have their vacation time if they qualify for it. I was reading something just the other day on the Dollar General Reddit. Curlin here.
Just Call Makora says, that is the great thing about Walmart. The system is automated. It automatically fires you in the system. When I worked there they also had a point system. If you called out you got a point, and if you got so many points the system automatically disabled your access and terminated you. Samu Wraith says,
damn.
Well, it's not immediate termination, what they call it is 2-point days. Just Call Makora.
Shit, that is bad. You get fired by a computer. Like, if you're actually sick, it counts against you. But there's certain days during the year that vacations are disabled. And that's usually when Thanksgiving is about to start,
Just
all the way up until the
Makora
next
says,
year.
Yes, being sick does indeed count against you.
That's something fucking awful right there. I'd love to get fired then from that. If that's how they're gonna be. Pieces of shit. Destroy Voth ships. They don't tolerate absence, huh? Even if it's not in your control. Damn corporations. Death to Walmart and all other retail stores. But no, okay. But they disable vacations Thanksgiving all the way to January 1st. And there's certain people that are always upset because their manager will just say, nope, I can't schedule for that, and they'll think it's something against them.
Samu Wraith
personally.
says, yep, you get sick you still appoint, but there is a thing called protected paid time off, and you get so many of those hours throughout the year you can use that if you have to.
And somebody was complaining on the Dollar General thing or whatever, saying they said that I couldn't take my vacation. Is this right? And someone was like, well, if you read in the employee handbook, it tells you what days like that vacation is disabled. So I guess you didn't read it. And that's a lot of people. They do not read the employee handbook or whatever they pass out, or give you a chance to understand. You know, whenever
Just
you
Call
join up
McCower says,
somewhere.
when I left Walmart they were restructuring the entire store setup. They completely gutted HR and also got rid of an entire level of the management team, as well as setting up a new system where they hired employees dedicated to stocking the shelves and nothing else. I think they called it CAP or something like that.
They put a cap in their ass. I get too distracted to be doing something like that. It's like the newest hire that we have. She said that she got hired to work the cash register and that's it. But at Dollar General, you work everywhere. You don't just
Samu
work on one
says,
thing.
that's right, it's a cap system but it's flexible, it has to be, we're too short-handed for one shift to get absolutely everything done. Just Call McCower says, they also introduced the new anus vest that showed off the Walmart anus on the back of every vest.
The anus vest. Walmart anus. What? The Walmart anus. Anal hole. Anal hole.
Just Call McCower says, that is what us employees called it because the new logo looks like an anus. Samu Wraith says, unless the anus sparkles, just call McCower LOL.
Anus. Rubber fist in anus. Rhubarb. Rhubarb fist. But yeah, at Dollar General, there's like, if you're just a sales associate, that doesn't mean you're just gonna be on the register, you know. And this woman thinks that. She told me flat out. She's like, I didn't, I'm not gonna work to my full potential here or whatever because I don't care. I'm like, what? You just got hired. What the fuck? You don't care. That's gonna be real good and helpful.
Samu Wraith says, Pack, let's be like we have fist to make things go.
We fist things to make it go. You will make our ship go. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, dun, 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 dun. A guy that used to work with us at Dollar General, whenever he got a job at Walmart, he worked in the deli part or whatever, you know, and did such a good job there that eventually they asked him if he wanted to be a
Just
department
Call
head
McCower
in there.
says, when I was hired I asked a friend what department never touched a register because I wanted to have as little customer interaction as possible. They said produce was the way to go. Hard work but totally worth it. Samu Wraith
Stay away
says,
from people.
should have heard one new hire he lasted 3 days said picking up basic boxes was too hard and wanted to just go get high score. He lasted 4 days.
Yep, he wasn't a worker, was he? Some people bees like that. Produce. Ooh, my God, produce. I mean, you couldn't fake it with people and saying, like, or you didn't want to, like, deal with, like, the money part of it or anything, or? Or like just customer service in general. But this guy that used to work with us and got the deli, then they said department, they put him into
Samu Wraith
the
says,
lawn and garden.
yikes, produce, I
and
stay away from that. They make you sort your veggies, check all your dates as you go, rotate it.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But he, since he was put in charge of the lawn and garden, seasonal, and toy aisle, he has been doing good with that. He came in one day, and, you know, because I was at work there at Dollar General, and I said, "Hey, Walmart, how you doing?" And then he asked me like if I was looking for a job or anything, because he needs people that could work his toy aisles and stuff like that. And it's like, no. I don't like kids, so that'd be tough, you know. Just be in charge of like recovering it and stuff like that, and keeping it looking nice and stuff. But that'd be one section that, if that's what all I had to do, toy section, that'd be kind of a worth it section. I just wouldn't want to go above and beyond anymore, I guess, myself, if I ever had to get another job out of what I've got now. Because I've already given too much to retail. Like I told the sales associate I worked
says, like I said, I've given up caring about life about 10 years ago. After being successful and no longer being that successful and being in a marriage I didn't care about anymore, I stopped caring. So I wanted a job where I could make money to supplement what I had saved up, but also wanted to be in my own headspace most of the time. Produce at Walmart took care of that for me. Customers only bothered me if they needed help finding something. Samu Wraith says, me, it's these folks Scorp bring in kids, they start crying and they wonder why the heck you're crying, and we get to hear it. I'm like, 10 o'clock at night.
Put your kid in bed, damn it. Yeah, I get bothered all the time by people, but it's my job to get bothered. And they say, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, well, nothing we can do about it. I mean, that's what I'm here doing. I said, I'm the one who's sorry. Now I apologize.
Samu Wraith says, at Just Call Makoor could have just stocked its relatively easy dude.
Kit performance ground, max shields, and critical severity. I like the critical severity. Complete operation. Oh my god, really again with this thing? Where is it at?
Just Call Makoor says, I could have, but at the time, don't know how much it has changed. Working produce and deli was considered a certain level job at Walmart and paid the highest before hitting lower management positions.
Talking away. I don't know, man. I think it's brave of you to do the produce. I mean, having to like go back there and get shit to put in certain spots and rotate
Just
the
Call
thing
Makoor
around.
says, I think cashier was the lowest paid position there.
At least cashiers are just cashiers.
Samu Wraith says, they tell you just do your area, seek managers, after it's done go do it straightforward, it's not hard.
I don't like recovery. I don't like freight at all, really. Like having to open it and put it out and shit like that and dispose of the box and, you know, especially if it's the tedious little tiny shit, you know, that takes a long time to put on like a peg hook or something. Scan hook. Especially if your stuff is in totes.
Just Call Makover says, but that was about 5 or 6 years ago. Nowadays I don't work anymore. Too unhealthy to work a normal job. Samu Wraith says, I'm doing that tonight. Scorp House wears all the gadgets.
Ew. You working them out of boxes or totes?
Shields are down on Zenith 1. Prepare for boarding action.
I don't know about y'all, but the totes we get are like mixed full of bullshit all the time, and they're never right. They're supposed to be a certain way, but they never are. Nobody gives a shit where they pack them up at.
Samu Wraith says, boxes totes I save till last, and if I have time I do. For the most part I don't, so not a pain.
Nice. Well, at least you're doing like stuff that doesn't require rotation, really. You know? Like, you know, candy and stuff that you peg up or whatever, or medicines or something like that where you have to actually rotate them around and stuff. It sucks. So, yeah, at least it's some gadgety stuff, and as long as it's still the new good kind of packaging, or, well, the same packaging that's not going to anything expire, it's relatively okay, but individually having to peg a lot of items, so my god. And also, like, whenever something pegged comes in and it's like broken where you can't put it on a peg, I'm like, shit, fuck, you know. So many obstacles.
Samu Wraith says, for me it's not dairy, I was so sick of that.
Oh god. So I have to deal with that like on a weekly basis, you know, like milk and shit and all that, rotating that around and keeping the cooler full. We've got two like actual separate milk coolers on our sales floor, and customers always forget about the second one that's not far away from the other one. But yeah.
Cloaking is for cowards. True warriors, attack!
You know, it's always fun too, finding like frozen stuff or cold stuff just sitting out on the shelf randomly in the store somewhere. Like the time I found a pork chop in a movie bin when I went to Walmart that time. I didn't even work there, I just found it there. And I'm thinking, these people, why can't they just go put this shit back instead of just throw it somewhere? Lazy. I hate that. I hate lazy customers. And that's the thing, too. I didn't even work at Walmart. I was pissed off.
Murdoch says, I used to deliver beer to every shithole in this city. It was over 100 degrees and 30 degrees in the cooler back and forth all day from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Ugh. So you're like going from something cold to something hot, something cold, back and forth. Ew. But you had the sniffles a lot. Your body can't acclimate to that kind of difference in change in temperature, you know, very well.
Samu Wraith says, yep, lazy customers anger me too. Scorp, they put cold medicine in the freezer coolers and I'm like, what the crap, dude?
Oh my god. It's like, there was a Marie Callender brand, was it chicken and something? Chicken and rice and cheese or whatever. That was in one of the freezers. And they just put it up front in one of the the machines that have like some drinks and stuff in it, just sitting there. And of course, it thawed out. We had to get rid of it. I'm like, really? Or like the half-eaten candy bar that someone steals and takes a munching on.
Targeted by 2 more missiles.
Missiles.
Another missile is inbound on Gamma.
That's how you can tell that he's British. Or is he Australian? He's something like that.
Beta corridor is another inbound missile. Take it down.
Another missile. Not a missile, a missile.
Samu Wraith says, or gotta love customers buy a full cart of items, a bunch of it cold, and she forgets to bring her money and it sits up front, all goes bad because she says she'll be back, never does.
Yep.
Just Call McCower says,
yep.
This one time a manager called me over to help with a truck unload that warehouse didn't stack right. So most of the content of the truck fell over, causing other stuff to fall over, and it was a huge mess. I produced to clock out for that day and take the point for leaving early.
Yeah, that sucks. That's one thing too, like, you know, it's hard to do a job of, like, when it's consisting of freight or something.
Just Call McCower
from
says,
them themselves.
Proceeded to clock out asterisk.
You know, if it doesn't come from the warehouse or distribution or whatever correctly, and it's all toppled over in the truck, or something's leaked out or whatever because someone put something upside down, didn't seal something correctly, and then you're the one that has to deal with that shit. And I'm like, this pisses me off. And that's about whenever some random customer, like when you're in the middle of putting something up, and you're like, well, not wanting to be bothered, and they're like, can you help me? I can't seem to find the item that's directly in front of me, because I can't look.
Samu Wraith says, at Just Call McCower should have been here. The distribution center sent us some strawberries, a third of it spilled. We had to spend over a half hour cleaning it before we could finish unloading the truck. Romeo India Zulu says, alright, I'm out. Gonna try to sleep.
Alright, Riz, you get a good nap, or a good night's sleep. Then nap. And continue that nice work on getting everything back to ship shape there at your home.
Just Call McCower says, I warned you this would happen.
You invited me.
Hi, Billy, are you on your feet all day? Hey, big guy. How you doing? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't really have this. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. How you doing? Hey, big guy.
Later with dude
You're just
Romeo and
You don't need all these. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Billy Mason. Billy Mason. Are you on your feet all day? When you all day? For just $19. Everyone.
Kaboom, boom, ba boom.
Security Klingon transport vessels leaving Apex Station. All remaining Klingon vessels. Starfleet.
Romeo India Zulu says, at Samu Wraith, all good bro, it ain't like that. I got like 2 hours of sleep since like 5 p.m. last night and had workers here all day, so I'm hella tired.
You've been hearing all the noise and stuff there. Well, good progress anyway. May you have a nice sleep, sir.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting area.
Damn it, that's freaking track.
Samu Wraith says, oh my gosh dude, for Ariel's get some sleep, my friend at Romeo India Zulu.
There's been a lot of people talking about not getting a lot of sleep these past few days. I myself didn't get much sleep at all in the past few days myself.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor back to our starting area.
Just Call Makor says, I blame the COVID vaccine and the Earth being flat for the lack of sleep. Romeo India Zulu says, I asked Judas an hour ago what time we gonna game. He said good question. AMD never truly answered LOL. Guess it'll be a surprise.
Yep, that means you need to definitely get some sleep then. Because I'm looking forward to watching y'all play tomorrow.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor back to our starting area.
Boom, I said.
Good night and party on!
Party on, Wayne!
Party on, Garth. It's Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Party time! Excellent! And we're out!
Cool! I like how Garth says it. Party on, Wayne! Party on, Garth.
Klingon transport disabled.
Swain's World, Wayne's World, party time. Excellent.
Klingon transport disabled.
You
Tractor
blame
back.
COVID vaccine in the flat Earth. Well, I blame the universe. I blame God.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor back to our starting area. The Klingon transport.
If God is infallible,
Got a tractor beam on that
He
transport.
created humans who have flaws. Therefore, He Himself must be flawed. Or she himself. They, himself. Damn it.
Klingon transport disabled.
Get the pronouns right, or else you'll be canceled. No.
The Klingon transport has been secured.
It. They, them, it.
The Klingon transport has been secured.
They, them, it. Ade due dimbaila. Give me the power, I beg of you.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting area. The Klingon transport has been secured.
Core, have you watched all of Chucky yet?
Transport has been secured.
Klingon transport's been secured.
Dreadnought.
Oh, Dreadnought. Nope.
This is Akar, son of Akar.
A cum. Son of a cum.
Just Call Makor says, no.
No. Oh, no. Yes.
All vessels,
No.
disable that dreadnought. We need to take
No.
our captain alive.
Yes. No. 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 Yes. No. Fire. No! Dun, 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 dun. Starfleet.
All vessels, withdraw.
Withdraw what?
Attention all hands.
What about my feet, sir? In a day or two.
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim.
Samu Wraith says, "You know you got that in my head, Scorp LOL."
I got it in your head. It worked. Yeah, back when I heard it in my head too, I tried to put it together as one and it didn't work. Kind of like the John Goodman saying the word fuck to the theme of Mario. Fuck, 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 fuck. Brr, brr, brr. Do, 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 do. I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so, Tim.
To be alive if you can't do deadlift.
What reason is there to be alive if you can't do deadlift? Well, I guess there's no reason for me to be alive because I can't do deadlift. My deadlifting consists of one hand holding the hot dog, the other hand holding the chips, and move to the mouth. Now pull away and chew. And work those hips. In a day, And I'm proud to be a retarded boy. Well, at least I know I'm stupid. Retarded. I'm supersonic, idiotic, brain defected, disconnected, hush up, bottom, flush up, bottom. Okay, that did that. Time to go to Gary the Klingon. Gary the Klingoff. Gary. He's wearing his britches. His pajamas. Pajamas. Ugh, gravy. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Boom holler. Boom har.
Samu Wraith says, "Gary needs no energy weapons, he will face enemy with bare hands."
With one bare hand faced behind his back. Bare ass. With his bare ass. Fleet marks, of course. A little bit more on a leveling. Little Miss Sandals, full auto rifle. Yup. Okay.
Samu Wraith says,
space again.
"Know the Christmas song Scorp the Torture."
The Christmas songs? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and my dear, we're still delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Are you having the Christmas songs there at where you're working?
The Herc are about to overrun this planet and
You need to get in there and change it to the ho ho fucking ho song.
Murdoch says, "Let it snow, you're a hoe."
Ho ho fucking ho, what a crock of shit. We don't work for Santa Claus, we've had enough, we quit. 'Cause we do all the fucking work while he stars in the show. Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho ho fucking ho.
Just Call McCower says, "I am weird. I can listen to Christmas music all day every day."
Feliz Navidad. The same song though? Have yourself a merry little fuck mass. Or how about like some Home Alone stuff? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Where the treetops
Just Call McCower says,
glisten.
"I used to sleep listening to Christmas music every night until my girlfriend got tired of it."
She got tired of you
Sam
sleeping?
says, "Or how about Frosty the Snowman 10 times Just Call McCower?"
Frosty the pervert. Thumpity thumb thumb thumpity thumb thumb. Look at Frosty go. He's wanking away. Thumpity thumb thumb thumpity thumb thump. Over the hills of snow. Must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. There was something in there. Oh, when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around, and Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way. He's being chased by the cops. Damn it, quit shooting at me so I can power these things up. Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump. Frosty. Okay, if his nose is made out of like a carrot or some shit, right? What about, okay, and his eyes made out of coal. What is his penis made out of? An icicle?
Fuck you in the neck.
Paranoid that he was going to lose his job, Dr. Sam Beckett jumped off in the quantum leap accelerator of this a fucking fear.
Sam Raid says, "Maybe chocolate."
Chocolate.
He woke up with a migraine, talking out of his mind like he was crazy or some shit. Saying things that didn't make a damn bit of sense. His only buddy that would listen to him was Al, an imaginary friend he would go out and get drunk with that would appear in hallucinations that Sam could only see and hear. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself unemployed looking for a job, searching for work wherever he can, and hoping each time that his next paycheck won't be the last one.
Sam Raid says, "Dr. Sam Banner."
Dr. Sam Banner. Yes. If I were to create more of those, would it need to be in the voice of Genie from Microsoft Agent that you're hearing in those? Because I don't know if I could do that. theorizing that one can time travel within his own lifetime. That son of a bitch. Megatron!
One shall stand, one shall fall. No more, Optimus Prime! I beg of you! I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Samu Wraith says, just call Makor. Imagine Megatron taking Sam Beckett's place.
Mega Beckett. Samatron.
Samu Wraith says, that energy blast so iconic Scorp.
I know. It sounds so awesome. I found a YouTube video out there where it was
No more, Optimus Prime! I beg of you! I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Person had a YouTube video and they called it Transformer sound effects you won't hear or that aren't on YouTube or whatever. And it's drawn straight from the cartoon and it is not found anywhere. And what they did was they took out the music, you know, and audio dialogue that was covering it or whatever like that, and that's what was left is like the sound effects. And I never knew how cool that Megatron's blaster sounded until I heard it there. So I thought, let me put that in there. It's like it goes. Because it's kind of true. You don't hear like the footsteps
says,
and all that.
That's actually Galvatron's, I believe.
Yeah, it may be the whole like shaking sound at the end, the mechanical like vibration sound that's there. And it could be from the movie, because the movie had pretty sharp sounds. When Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron. It's not logical, Galvatron.
Samu Wraith says, did you ever see the cartoon where Megatron fought Galvatron?
I don't think I have. Was it a Transformers thing? Like G1 Transformers?
Get over there.
Get over there. Get over here. Get over here. Come here. Sub-Zero wins.
Samu Wraith says, nope, not G1.
We're speeding up the
I don't think I saw that.
All lanes will be utilized.
I have seen some sort of 3D thing that was I don't know if it came from a game or
Murdoch
what.
says, Galvatron was cool, but I don't remember who he was. Murdoch says,
he was a bucket full of nails.
Megatron was the asshole. Who was Galvatron?
Galvatron was Megatron, reincarnated. After the battle between the Autobots, Megatron was thrown out of the shuttle with other Decepticons just to die there. He came across Unicron, and Unicron gave him a new body.
Says, Megatron Reborn.
Yeah, he was purple, you know, and gray, and had an orange arm cannon. It's virtually it's Megatron with a new body.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the
And voiced by Leonard Nimoy in the Transformers movie. But in the series, Galvatron was voiced by...
Murdoch says, I think I had an action figure of that.
Yeah, I have a squeaky action figure of it. It's Quick. Let's go quick. I have partials. I mean, I could still put like a battery in there and it'll work. The new transformer they have of Galvatron looks awesome.
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
Get over there.
It's a question you should ask. I need to up the volume on those.
Samu Wraith says, LOL.
Optimus 4. The fourth sound I have for Optimus Prime is the best one that I think I have so far. It's not credited toward me because it's just a sound clip that I got and put on. I wish I could play it longer too, but copyright. Always some bullshit. That's a question you're gonna ask yourself, Megatron. But Frank Welker, he voiced Galvatron in the cartoon series after the movie was over, and Galvatron like had some sort of
Refugee ships heading down,
insanity thing or something too, to where he would he was kind of crazy in the head and seeing spots and shit.
Yeah, the huge Galvatron cannon was amazing. I remember cause a kid brought it on the school bus when I was a child. I remember.
Yeah, you could transform into a pistol weapon or the actual cannon itself. Like you can actually hold it like a gun in a way because of the trigger thing on it. But it didn't look like a real pistol that was, you know.
Murdoch says, unzips pants. I got your Galvatron cannon right here.
Galvanized Galvatron cannon. One shall stand, one shall fall, Megatron.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
You got the touch.
I don't have it yet.
Samu Wraith says, Murdoch's that weapon's illegal in tournaments. Murdoch's.
That weapon. Sting. The Schwartz is with you always. May the Schwartz be with you.
Samu Wraith says, I love that song. You got the touch.
If
Murdoch
only I could
says,
use the rest of it.
Autobots rollout.
Autobots transform.
Goddamn right.
Breaking Bad with Optimus Prime. Bumblebee is Jesse. Little buddy. Big loader. Okay, what are we going to dump these? 2 days, 20 hours for upgrade colony level 2. Because I got on here last night. And played with 4 of my characters to get enough fleet credits. I mean, fleet marks or whatever to get that up there.
Samu Wraith says, that moment he says that Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost always gives me chills.
Me too, dude. Me too. And Optimus Prime's death in the Transformers movie, it always makes me cry no matter what. I get teary-eyed every time. It was such a mistake for them to kill him off.
Samu Wraith says, I always cry too.
Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. You got the touch, buddy. You got the
Murdoch
power there,
says,
bud.
I usually poop in my pants, then I cry.
You poo cry? You've got the touch in your pants. You've got the power in your pants. Yeah! After all is said and done.
Samu Wraith says, they admit they messed up when they did that Scorp kill Prime.
Mm-hmm. So they brought him back a few little times or whatever to Easter egg him in, you know, and then finally they officially put him in there, but not as a seed of like the leader of the Autobots, you know.
Just Call McCower says, yes, same. Every time Optimus dies I shit myself.
You shit yourself, do you? Listen here, mister. Do not grieve. Be one with the Matrix. Then Rodimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. You know, why didn't they... Like, when Ultra Magnus took the Matrix of Leadership, his name never changed and his size never changed either.
Sam Wraith says,
Magnus.
Don't ruin score childhood guys LOL. Murdoch says, Erotica Prime.
Erotica Prime. But whenever Hot Rod took the Matrix, though, you know, he turned into Rodimus and got a little heavy, like bigger and everything, too. More wisdom, I guess you could say. You got the touch, 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 touch. You've got the power. Yeah. Such an awesome movie. After all is said and done, all. You're a wiener.
I'll crush you with my bare hands! That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. Why throw away your life so recklessly? One shall stand, one shall fall.
That's playing like backwards.
Sam Wraith says, why throw away your life so recklessly?
He played all the ones backward order. That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. Let's see, we have that. We have Transformer movie Mega Prime. That ain't gonna play unless it random hits. Horse. 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 Oh no, Gary, the Klingon. Gary's run out of bullshit, everybody. Damn it. Now what am I gonna do with Gary, the Klingon? Very much. We'll have to go to Dyson here, upgrade that. Nope, not upgrade. Trade in marks. Trade them right on in. Trade them right on in too. And that gave Gary, it bought him another day. Shit. I need to do something about Gary getting all this bullshit. Let's see. Let's send him to Dyson. See how well he favors on the ground. I highly doubt it. This shit blows up. Oh, no, you don't. Supply problems? Yeah. Gary the Klingon. There must be ass in my finger. Let's see how well we do with ground. With all these handicaps that Gary has. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. Gary has determined this is his property. Yes, this is Gary's property. I claim this in the land of Klingon. Why is it so dark? Super shadowing in there or something. Let's see. Sun is shining through the Sunshine City. That's a little better right there. It just gets darker. Darker. Barker. Monana Mina Fana Fana Farker. Mimo Monker. Darker. Pants off and roll out. Disney Channel sucks. Science. playing that funky music. Playing that funky music, mister. This is the enormous danger potential. I wonder if Shatner got that wrong whenever he was doing those script there. Instead of the enormous potential danger, the enormous danger potential.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Enormous. Not enormous, enormous. Enormous danger potential. It's the ass of a tiger that smells the worst, not the face or the stomach, the ass of a tiger. So many times that shit hits my face, makes me wish for vomiting. Don't lose your grip on the penis you've got. You must fight just to keep it alive. There are 4 lights of the tiger.
Staying up late, getting drunk the night before, Dr. Sam Beckett suffered with a hangover. He woke up in the bathroom near the toilet, facing the mess he had made last night, and driven by an unknown urge to hurl yet again. His only help during this agony was Al, a drinking buddy from his hometown who appeared to have passed out on Sam's couch, having drank many beer.
It never
And
plays
so
the one
Dr.
I want
Beckett
to hear.
finds himself drinking day and night, striving to get laid by a whore, and hoping each time that his next beer won't be his last.
Well, if you knew the number of the one you wanted to hear, just type the number after that. Which one do you want to hear?
Hopped up on morphine, Dr. Sam Beckett broke out of the insane asylum and vanished.
Just call McCoy says, not that one.
He woke up in a straitjacket, facing hungry bums that wanted to be left alone and looking for a place to stay for the night. The only problem was Al, a rapist from a nearby prison that tried to kill Sam because he was mean and queer. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself taking it in the rear, striving to block out once it's done, and hoping that the next time won't be so painful. Realizing that he was late on the rent, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped outside for a smoke and was gunned down. He woke up in a hospital, having no memory of what happened, and driven by an unknown force to shit several times a day. The man he owed the rent to was Al, the building's landlord, who would appear with a payment form that he wanted Sam to read and sign. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself broke with no money, striving to get by with what he has, and hoping that next month's rent won't be late like this month. Theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. He woke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his own, and driven by an unknown force to change history for the better. His only guide on this journey is Al, an observer from his own time, who appears in the form of a hologram that only Sam can see and hear. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.
Oddly enough, that doesn't get a copyright claim.
Searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the gamma radiation chamber and room.
Just Paul McCower says, OMG, where the fuck is it?
Facing consequences that he could not atone, and driven by rage and pursued by an investigative reporter. A man hot on his trail is Al, the investigative reporter, who continuously follows Sam wherever he may appear. And now, when Dr. Beckett grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. Dr. Beckett is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him. Quickly figuring out that the tacos gave him the shits, Dr. Sam Beckett searches for a toilet. He came to find that the only stall was in use, facing a situation that made him moan, and driven by an unknown force below his stomach. The guy taking too long was Al, a man who had the same meal an hour before Sam was even there. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself waiting in a long line, trying to hold it in before he shits his pants, and remembering next time not to eat at this restaurant.
I still don't like the way that I structured that one. Boobies. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've still got like the stuff I used to create that originally. Newer ones, Microsoft Agent Sam or Genie, whatever it is. If I need to, I'll hook up my old XP computer and a monitor and record on that. Remembering the tilde and all that stuff that can change the way it says stuff. I've got the voice on here, but I don't have agent voices. It's just Microsoft Sam. And you can't do that, you know. That was just so magical. Do you believe in magic? Because I use MIRC to make the words, you know, and just recorded on the computer with it. And then threw it all together. Yeah. And save that shit. Do you believe in faggots? With your brothers, I'm magic. Turd hole power. If you believe in magic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Kagan's down, everybody. Kagan. No! Bastards. Dun, 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 dun. Sam. Dun, 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 dun. Sam. Dun, 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 dun. Sam. Ah, nice. You woke up Kagan. Kagan ice cream. Kagan ass cream. Digging up bones. He's a digging up bones. Digging up bones. Still have that video, that glitch with audio or whatever, you like move it around a certain way, and yeah, the lighting glitch. Yep. Oh, what you hear that? Every day, every night. Underlay, mama. Yeah. Realizing the tacos gave him the shits, Dr. Beckett searches for a toilet. I like the other one, the the part where he's vomiting, because it sounds like Scott Bakula when he goes, "Oh," but it's not. It's from Yahoo Chat Messenger's vomit sound effect that they had on there. But it sounds like Scott Bakula's moan or voice or something. Or something. Damn it, that was going to reset itself before I get a chance to do this. I know it will. It will. Come on. Yes! Barely got to it. Look at that. Talking away. Bitty bitty chang chang. Bitty bitty chang chang. Bitty chang chang. Bitty bitty chang chang. Yay, Gary. Good job, Gary. I did get on here earlier today, and if you call 5 o'clock early, and did one of the missions with Gary, the episode missions for Lorca, whatever that one is, Age of Discovery, that one. I need to get those done. I've got a lot that I haven't gotten done. I've been lazy. I don't know why I'm lazy, but I am, damn it. I don't mean to be. Give me like 2,000. Run, Gary, run. Do. Run, Gary, run. Do. And Gary and Gary's the Klingon. Go, dumbass, run. Ooh, that gave me an extra one or something too. Look at 12. Nice. Dyson Sphere Marks. 213. What? Okay. Inspector Gadget. Woohoo. Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget, go. What if there's another instance that's run? Oh nope, this is it. 9 people in the whole game playing Dyson. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Everybody hates it. I'm gonna eat some worm ass. See, episodes on here, I have to. It's the transpond. Well, the receiver is called a receiver for Klingon, transponder for the other. I need to finish New Frontiers, Gamma Quadrant, Age of Discovery, Jahula Discovery, Klingon Civil War, and then all Klingon Acts. Let's say all Klingon arcs, so therefore I can do that. Nope, it's gonna make me do this. So New Frontiers. Let's see, I may have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Maybe. I don't know if I like redid this one because its Signs Importance is the the Lucari one where you fight against the Zenkethi. So okay, let me figure this out. All right. Signs Importance, because that's useful for transwarping. That's why I have it there, I think. So if I do this, keep that one there. If I drop it, let's see if it says that I need to redo it or not. New Frontiers. Yep, I haven't done Signs Importance yet.
Heed the call of the warrior.
Keep the call of the war while I find my dentures. Okay, so I haven't done that one yet, so it will count. Gamma Quadrant. I haven't done any of those at all either. I use it to jump and to do the home thing. So yeah, this one's only got 1, 2, 3. I guess it counts. Ambushed by Klingons. Survival seems a remote possibility on a desolate moon of the prior system. Contact Chancellor Jumper. Desolate or desolate. Then you have secrets. Investigate a Federation science station that recently went out of contact. Then defend Starbase 1 from Klingon attacks. Downfall. That Weird Al movie. You had that deep voice narrator. Jehola! That one there. I really haven't. I just use that as a go-between, so I haven't done any of those either. At all. Klingon shit here. Haven't done that at all, except for the Warriors Empire, because that was done with thank you, Murdochs. I think I played that mission with you. Let's see, Blue Shift. That's it for that one. So a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound on Watch a Bandit Run. Yeah. So the next one we actually need to do would be Signs of Potence, which is the Zenkethi ground battle. And then Melting Pot and all that bullshit. I don't want to do it. No, it won't be right there. I won't. Okay, I tell you what. We'll do Signs of Portents right now. Gary. Gary the Klingon can't. Gary the Kling can't. Boom diada. We've arrived at the whatever system.
Do you have any? The Lucari are just ahead.
The Lucari?
Eager to begin the search.
It's good to see you.
Protomatter is the weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Protomatter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly.
Send probe. Proab.
The probe is away.
Proab.
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why these attacks are occurring.
Yes, Megatron. Yes! Scan the mud.
Most curious.
Oh, is this the one where you gotta like find somebody or something?
Perhaps they use the moon as a test site for the weapon.
Perhaps they do. Perhaps they just need you to shut the hell up.
So, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
Life! Candyman.
Me to see protomatter used like this.
Protomatter. It is the protomatter, Captain. What in the protomatter's wrong with you? Knowledge. Yes, let's go to the last one, because that makes sense.
Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
There isn't one. It's just a fake story.
There is no tactical pattern to these attacks.
There ain't one, them right, Johnny.
There must be a reason, though.
Though. There is a reason. Though. Scan the moon, mister.
Scanning. The probe we set.
To collect telemetry.
I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation. I can barely, I suppose.
Yeah, warp out, whatever. Okay. Chitty chitty bang bang, we love you.
Just Call Makora says, so all of the Weird Al movie was recorded in 12 days.
Damn, that's
Talk
quick.
about a tight shoot.
That's like an episode on television. Scan debris, plural. So since it's from Roku, like Roku Productions, maybe that's what they do, is as fast as possible. Scan debris, plural.
Around 50 ships.
Scan debris, plural. With S. Debris. Nah. Scan energy signature.
This is all that is left.
Good deal.
Perhaps
Okay.
I'm receiving a distress call. It's very faint. I'm sending you the
What
call.
happened, Captain? Yeah. Rescue aliens. Go back, buddy. Yo, Devin! Hello, Michael.
I thought no one would come.
Like.
Thank you, strangers. Thank you.
I thought no one would come, Scoob.
someone heard.
Like Zoinks.
Someone heard the signal.
Oh my God, she says. Oh my God, buddy. Rescue aliens, mister.
Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you.
I haven't figured out who I am yet, I'm sorry. I'll try to make sure that I at least compensate you for something. Return rescued aliens, because we don't want them.
Thank you again.
They're not welcome.
I've confirmed the...
It is
Yeah, okay, let's warp out. Here we go. Ahead, warp factor none. Q flash.
target their cruise.
Blah blah.
Alliance vessels. Assist the weapon.
His name is Al. Alliance. Alliance vessels. You will understand one thing. Where the thought there was some weapon. I'll tell you what. All right, we go back then. Yeah. Answer hail. Battle stations. Task Force 1. Enter. Better. Number. Fire.
We will fight to win, General.
Win. We'll fight to win. Fight to win. We'll fight to win. Zen Kathy. Zen Kathy.
I'd say the Rescava did quite well in first.
No,
Good battle. Well fought. The honor of victory is ours.
Of course it is. Everybody beam down. Wesley, you stay here. You stay up here, mister. Recommendations? I have none. Scan for protomatter, child.
The Kaon particle traces.
Kaon, the particle changes down there with the pudding.
Oh, I see. They followed the waterfall. The rocks here are causing a lot of interference.
Yes.
We should take another set of scans to get our bearings.
I don't want my bearings. I've lost them.
See how a true warrior fights.
True warrior fighting you. True warrior, and that's why I hate ya. So always be afraid to let me show ya. True assholes following you. My true asshole following you. And that's why I hate ya.
So, there are some Zinkethi with a taste for battle.
Yes.
Scans indicate they took the path to the east.
Okay.
Why would they destroy entire planets.
Because they are some
They
Catholic.
must find some tactical advantage in these actions for some reason.
I'm reading Zankethi life signs ahead. They are waiting for us.
What about a foot?
We will meet them in glorious battle.
We'll meet them in the glorious of the battle pudding. Candyman's on my team. Zoinks. Ow.
Murdoch says, one day imagine lots of old folks' homes with dudes playing online games. The future of old people cause that will be us.
Yeah, that will be y'all, that's for sure.
They are using delaying tactics.
Delaying tactics.
Close.
No one to get any sun anymore.
The protomatter bomb is still ahead of us. The Kaon
Be all
levels are
skin and
rising.
bones.
We're getting closer to the protomatter bomb.
Protomatter bomb. Protomatter. The protomatter, mister.
Murdoch says, when you turn 80 you will get a good PC.
That's right. I'll get one of those used PCs from 20 years prior.
They fight like cornered.
They fight like bearsitters. You can smell their ass.
I see guards. We must be close.
Well, at least you don't see dead people. I see guards. Let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling.
Move swiftly.
Look.
And we can take them.
Move swiftly, mister. How many people want to kick some ass? I do, I do.
They only left a few guards. They clearly did not notice this entrance.
Yeah. One evening, as the sun went down and the jungle fire was burning, up the road come a hobo hiking, and he said, "Boys, I'm not churning. I'm heading for a land that's far away beside a crystal fountain."
Look at that happy banana down there.
Happy
I hope
banana.
he gets fucked up. I hope he gets
peeled.
Peeled, Captain. Hope it gets the peeling pudding. You hope it gets peeled.
Shutting down pylon alpha.
Shutting down pylon alpha.
For honor. For the Empire.
Sure, yeah, for something like that. Don't worry, I will take care of this problem.
Samuraith says, for honor for Gary.
For the honor of Gary the Klingon. Y'all leave her alone. Let me alone.
Soon, victory.
Soon,
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
Samuraith says, the line for Gary.
Oh boy.
Shutting down pylon beta now.
Murdoch says, Dandides US.
Dennis.
What'd you do?
Pilot Beta is shut down.
Yay. Yay for Beta. Shut down.
Son of a bitch!
Madre de Dios.
Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear.
Wow, that was quick. A took forever. Alpha took forever. Beta took a half second. And then Gamma took less than half a second. Wow. 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 It's like Owen Wilson. Wow, man. Wow. Presses a button. Buttons are pressing. I'm jumping. Do 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 do.
Samuraith says, press the button stamper.
The button stamper.
Just Call Makora says, got me some double fudge brownie chocolate ice cream.
Cool. What brand?
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
No, ain't fucked with the Jesus.
Just Call Makora says, Edie's.
Ah, yes. It used to have another D in it, and then the Mandela effect
Murdoch
did away
says,
with it.
I'm cooking cinnamon rolls. Read my new book, How to Get Fat, Quick.
So, cinnamon rolls? Edie's Eddie's ice cream.
We do not fight now.
Fight now and save it for later. Kapla. You know, that's a good brand ice cream, though. I have to be honest. I have yet to be disappointed with any flavoring or variant they have of it. Even if it used to have 2 D's in there, now it doesn't. It never had another D. When it did.
I'm the dude.
Because I remember it having a 2
you know,
D's.
That or his dudeness or duder or, you know, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Samuraith says, at Murdoch's does that require a book?
It requires reading. Answering a hell.
Just Call Makora says, I like it because they sell ice
Now
cream
cut out the nonsense.
Frozen dairy desert crap.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Damn it. Clicked the wrong button. Yeah, like... Yeah, it doesn't get, like, solid rock, and it doesn't taste like ice. I hate that shit. Like, you see the ice crystal-y types or whatever in it instead of the ice cream part of cream.
So it is true.
It is true. I farted and you smelt it. Ha 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 ha.
Of course, it is a coward's weapon.
Regenerative control,
No one
synergy,
can deny its power.
restorative control.
What happened to those planets could happen to any world in Alliance space, even Kronos. The Empire needs to learn more about this weapon.
Weapon.
How to stop it.
What weapon?
We need to know more about these crystals you mentioned as well.
Excuse you.
If they're the key to these attacks, we need to know why.
Why what? Maybe if you'd quit questioning why, you'd know why.
Serving Empire. Congratulations, General.
Congratulations, you asshole. Specialization. We got 2 of them. Nice. Okay. We can do intelligence officer, but I think there's another one that needs to be done. Feist. Feist come, Feist save. Right there. Just let your love flow like a mountain brew.
Samuraith says, like Walken would say WHYA do ya need to ask that?
Why you need to ask that? Why? Hi. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? I don't know. Christopher Walken. He's walking and he's talking and he wants that damn cowbell. He's got a fever. The only prescription is more cowbell. Babies, I put my pants on one leg at a time just like the rest of you. But when I put my pants on,
You're gonna want that cowbell.
I make gold records. You're gonna want that cowbell. Like. Hi. Guess what? You never know what you're gonna be doing with Christopher Walken. Now, yeah.
We're gonna have to clean that up later.
Hey, Curlin, how are you doing, man? Hopefully you didn't just get here. Because it has been 3 hours and 21 minutes, 43 seconds.
Dalek_Curlin says, just got here XD.
That's amazing. Where in the world did they put this? Over here. Deep shit 9. Yeah, because I'm about to call it in less than 5 minutes. Talking away. I don't know what time to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you. Shining wacky, wacky, wacky. I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take on.
Sammy Wraith says, for Curlin.
Bug hunt. Or you could say bug cunt. Bug cunt. Ho, ho, fucking ho, what a crock of shit. We all work for Santa Claus, we've had enough, we quit. 'Cause we do all...
Sammy Wraith says, Part AV just getting started, Curlin arrives.
I know, right? Well, anytime that I'm on Gary the Klingon, you know it's not going to last too much longer. Because Gary's at the very last part of everything. Is that supposed to be like a some weird alien? Yes. Is anyone looking for a toilet? I have a toilet for you. This a banana for you. Tonight we dance around the flame.
Sammy Wraith says, Gary should be first.
Gary should be first.
The line must be drawn here.
Yeah.
This far, no farther.
No farther. This far, no farther.
Sammy Wraith says, line is drawn here this far no farther.
This far no farther. Quit interrupting my toilet, damn it. I'm going to find another place to put my toilet. Yeah.
Sammy Wraith says, we need MOAR Gary.
Morgeri? Margarite. Gary the Klingon, Klingon the Gary, Gary the Klingon, Klingon the Gary. Omega Force. Shit, there's quartz again, damn it.
Bomer Fett says, greetings all.
Bomer Fett. Hello there. Just in time to watch me stop streaming. Womp 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 womp. Sorry. But hello. Shady Bar patron.
Bomer Fett says, well shoot.
Bang! I know, right? Yeah, anytime I'm on this character here, he's called Gary the Klingon. You can't see him because he's in the dark and I keep swinging the camera around. But typically when I'm using this character, that means I'm almost done, really, like...
Samu Wraith says,
playing.
Gary should always be first.
First. If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. Gary? Gary the Klingon. Gary the Kling can't.
Murdoch says, wanna do event, I can go to KDF.
Agua for my bunghole. Bunghole.
Oh, God. Well, we can probably squeeze it in if you want to. I mean, just a little bit, though, because Gary's about to need to go to the bathroom. Gary needs to take a piss, you see. And Gary, the Klingon, my Gary, the Klingon, my Gary.
Murdoch says, go take a piss now then.
Nah, I can hold it. Trust me, I have a bladder. I don't have a bladder in a bag yet, but I got a bladder. Penis in a half shell.
Dalek_Curlin says, instead of squeezing it in, Gary will be trying to squeeze it out.
Squeeze it out. The all-new episode of Gary the Klingon. Available to own on DVD. Wesley Crusher. Why do they still have that on there? That whole
Sam
thing's
Wraith
like done.
says, don't hold it, Gary.
Gary the Klinkant. Gary's gonna do a premature again. He can't help it, it just happens. He should have died it there with his men, but now he's nothing but a cripple, a legless freak. Look at him. You see that? You know what it's like not to be able to use your legs? Did you hear what I said? I had a destiny. I was Lieutenant Dan Taylor. You still Lieutenant Dan. Did you hear what I said? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The heck y'all come over here just to shoot me, little bastards. Now excuse me while I restore power to this ship. No thank you or kiss my ass from the Jem'Hadar. Okay. Snin power. I need to do the ambushes. This is freaking cold in my room.
Well done. The Jem'Had?
Jem'Had. The Jem'Had. What about the Jem'Had? Repair satellite.
Satellite is back online. It will launch tractor mines against the Herc ships.
I hurt my ships today. Herc sounds like an action. Like if hurling, you know, vomiting. Herc. The needle takes a hold. The old familiar sting. Try to kill it all the way. But I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everything I know goes away in the end. And you can't have any of it. It's my shit and it ain't yours.
The last of the refugee ship.
That should be a movie, The Last of the Refugee Ships. Continues on an all-new episode of This Old House.
Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Get over there, he said. Damn it. Get the hell over there.
Murdoch says, or how about Slave Master 9000?
Slave Master 9000? What the fuck? Ooh, look at the big old eyeball. It's not an eyeball, it's an eyeball. It's moving. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like it. Master Chief, what are you doing up there? Oh yeah, I'm cloaked. I need to find a lot more enemies to do that with right there. Yeah, we're killing them. Bullshit. Deploy tractor mines. You will deploy the mines. The mines.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Protect them from what, Odo? Protect them from themselves, Odo. From themselves.
Herc dreadnought on sensors. Be careful.
That's that condescending sound that he does. Be careful, duh. Herc dreadnought on the. Be careful.
Get over there.
Sure, I'll boss the Odo. But you were like that in this series as well. You ain't got no time for that. Ain't nobody got time, nobody got time, nobody got time for that.
Just Call Makora says, POL.
Pooh? Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey. The movie that will scare the kids into liking Winnie the Pooh again. Oh, bother.
Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
And Piglet will be with him as they go on a killing spree. Piglet, Piglet, I will kill them, and you will help me kill them.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Protect them from what, mister? You don't tell me what to protect them from. I need to know. What am I protecting them from? You come on board my ship.
We're speeding up
You
the
tell me
evacuation.
one thing or the other.
All lanes will be
But you never
utilized now.
tell me what I need to know, Odo. I can only
Refugee
do
ships heading
so
down
much.
escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Do you understand, mister? It's not in control around here. I don't have the common courtesy to flush a toilet after anyone that has been using. I just pile my shit on top of theirs. And I leave it there. So that everyone can dwell in the sadness of the shit in the toilet. 'Cause it's shit in a toilet. If the shat shits in a toilet, it's a shit shat show.
God damn it!
No, okay, well, alright then. Number 3. You hate it whenever you hit a button so many times and it doesn't work.
Ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Get over there, he said. Odo says get over there.
Quickly figuring out that the tacos gave him the shits, Dr. Sam Beckett searches for a toilet. He came to find that the only stall was in use, facing a situation that made him moan, and driven by an unknown force below his stomach. The guy taking too long was Al, a man who had the same meal an hour before Sam was even there. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself waiting in a long line, trying to hold it in before he shits his pants, and remembering next time not to eat at this restaurant.
Waiting in a long line.
Captain to Enterprise. Before I put you on the brig, there's a little something I owe you.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Consider that an order.
Did you enjoy it, Captain?
Believe me, Mr. Spock, it was painful. In more ways than one.
Fascinating. Pure energy. Pure thought. Totally incorporeal. Not life as we know it at all.
Not life as we know it.
Stream Elements says, at Scorpuana. Scorpuana has been streaming for 3 hours 39 minutes.
Mints? Mints, you say? Oh my.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Protect them from who, Odo? I'm not too sure who you're talking
Dalek
about.
_Curlin says, IT6HINK it's only been 39 minutes.
You T6 and can't. T6 hint. Think. T6 hint. It's only been? Has it sit only? Heart and soul. You fell in love with him, heart and soul.
Murdoch says, GG.
GG's, man, GG. Fist bump. Oh.
Shut the fuck up!
Murdoch says, I got a torque built on that guy.
I thought you
It's
were
short work
made
for
of
most
sterner
things.
stuff.
Torque build. Short work for most things. Okay. We got a few more fleet credits now. Let's see if we can throw it wherever. Ooh.
Look, I think we're all thinking the same thing here. Can we put the TV back on?
Yeah, but something cool this time, because that show sucked.
Yeah, really. You have no oxygen. Blah, 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 blah.
Blair, 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 Blair. Gravy. Okie dokie. Well, 3 hours, 41 minutes, 37 seconds. Okay. Yep. So, yeah. Covered, what? Just talked about Artemis 1, the Orion space shuttle or capsule that they have up there right now. Unmanned, but coming back down in about, what was it, 20 days? 19 days now? I think 20. I think it was supposed to be up there for 26. So, has it been 6 days? Maybe 23 days? Yeah. It went up behind the moon for its first attempt at like a correction to orbit the moon for a little bit. And
Murdoch says,
pretty cool.
There is a guy that has many followers online and he claims to be from 2027 and that he is the only survivor.
Really?
Murdoch says, so we have 4 years until the end of the world.
Cool. Run away. Cool.
Murdoch says, just like to end on a good note.
Nice. Is he like live right now? Is that it? Because there's been so many people doing that, over the years. Claiming to be from the future and all that. Bullshitolenius.
Murdoch says, it was one of those Microsoft News things on the tray.
Oh.
Murdoch says, that feed of BS.
The fetus. Fetus, 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 fetus. Beat it. Just beat it. Grab a hold of it and beat it. But yeah. That Artemis thing's cool to me. I like it. Alrighty. Not too bad. A lot of sitting though. A lot of sitting. Gotta go take a piss. I'm never afraid of talking dirty. You shouldn't be afraid of talking dirty either. Neither. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. So yeah. Alright, let's do a red shirt death and then call it an evening. How about that? Charlie. Oh, this one was yesterday. Oh, that sucks. It was the one from yesterday. You got like about 9 of those things. It always plays the same freaking one.
Hi, are you on your feet all day? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need my social. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. Shitting me? You're just 19.99. You don't need all these. Here's how to work. How you doing? Hi, Billy Mason. Billy Mason, 1999. Are you on your feet all day when you all day? Shitting me? You're just 1999. Here's how to work.
Use the site.
Shia, Shia. Should I make that one a usable one as well? Riz Cruise. Cruising down the street singing, what the fuck? Okay, dokie, yogi.
Murdoch says, https://www.intheknow.com/post/last survivor TikTok/. Streamlabs says, AFK.
Does he have any kind of a proof that is legit? You know, a lot of them always say stuff's going to happen or whatever, and it never does. They're like, bullshit. You know. Okay, I'll look into that, though. I like that kind of stuff.
Murdoch says, if you Google man from 2027 it pops up everywhere. Murdoch says, but dunno. Scorpwana says, the girl from Ipanema.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema was walking. I left an M out, didn't I? Ipanema. Okay. Gonna count down from 5 on my fingers. Because I have 4 phalanges and 1 thumb on a hand. Phalanges. Ulnar radius. Metacarpals. Metatarsals. So much interesting shit in the finger and hand. Okay, alright, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Everyone stay awesome. Stay cheeky, bricky, as dumpky.